This is day 74, and today we are closing off on conditional formatting. And I'm just going to show you some tips and tricks around conditional formatting. So the first one I'm going to show you is using these symbols here, which is Times New Roman, which you can find under Insert. Then you go to Symbols. Under Symbols, these are the symbols I'm using here. So you can use any symbol from here. So you select Times New Roman here and you select it. And if you have recently used it, you can find it under here. Okay, so I'm using these symbols here. So for instance here, if I select this one, you can see that because this mark is less than the previous one. So this is meant to be test 1, 2, test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4. So if the mark for test 2 is less than the mark for test 1, then you are going to see a red icon pointing downwards. And if it's higher, you are going to see a green arrow pointing upwards. So how can you put these symbols here? So we use two things. I used first is conditional formatting and also used normal formatting or text formatting. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. So for me to do the same here, I have to go to conditional formatting under Home tab, conditional formatting. Then I say new rule. So I want to say if it's greater than. So I say highlight cells greater than. Then I say highlight the cell if it's greater than this previous cell here. Then under here, I choose custom format. Then I go to custom. Then I select I want to format it just like a normal number. Let me just copy this icon because I want, if it's greater than, I want to point upwards here. Then I go back and say manage rules. I should have copied this icon before I went in there, but that's fine. I can then say manage rules from here. I can edit the rule and say format here. Then I pick up the format and here I can then change to custom format. Then I say, okay, I want it to be a basic number and then up arrow. And I go to font and I choose, I want it to be green. Then I say, okay, then you can see this is how my number is going to look like. Then I say, okay, then I apply. So you can see that 41 is greater than 39. That's why it's a green arrow facing up. So if I choose something, let's see which one I have test 3. So if I still choose this first student here. So there isn't a rule yet for less than. That's why there is no icon. Then I can go back again and say, I want to do to highlight cells. This time around, I want to do less than. Okay, I follow the same steps basically, but before I start putting the rules, I can also just copy this icon here, which I want to use when I'm setting up my rule. Then I say conditional format. I think I didn't link to this other cell here. I just did a row without linking it. Let me just edit my row. And I say it's less than this cell. Say okay, then I say apply. So you can see now, because this is less than 36, then it shows this red icon, which shows that the student have failed. or have gone lower than the previous test result. If I change to another student, you can see this one is lower than that, then it's red, but this one is greater than this, then it's green. Then you can see it's dynamic and it's highlighting my cells as I change the selection here. Another thing also you can do using now purely number formatting to also highlight the cells. So what I've done here is I've taken the difference between the two test marks. So this is the difference between test 2 and test 1, and here the difference between test 3, test 2, and so on. And what I'm doing here, I'm using only number formatting to just then set up my conditional formatting here. So let me just clear formatting here. So let me just format Painter from here and apply it here to clear formatting. Now I can select all these cells and say, okay, I want to conditionally format it, but without using conditional formatting. So I go to number format here. Then I say I want to, or before I go there, I need to copy my icons because I'm making use of these icons. Then I can say I want to do number formatting. Then I go to custom. Then over here, I'm just going to choose this one here to say, if it's above 0 or 0 above 0, I just want a normal number. But if it's below 0, I want it to be in red. But then I need to do an extra thing here. If it's below 0 or if it's above 0, I want an up arrow. So I just paste my symbols, but I just want the up facing arrow. I choose wherever I want to put it, either behind the number or after the number. It doesn't matter, I just choose where I want to put it. So then I can say also, if it's less than 0, I want it to be a down-facing arrow and in red color. Here you can specify any color. You can say orange or whatever color you want to use, but I'm going to go with red here. Then I just say okay. You can see here, because it is less than 0, it's showing in red. But the other ones are not showing any color because I didn't specify for positive. To specify positive, I can then just say I want a green color here. Also, another thing I just need to get rid of, I need to get rid of this negative because I just want to see the number. The color is going to show me that it's negative, so I don't want to show the minus sign here. So I can just go back in and say I want to format. So I pick up the one which I've already edited here. Then I just take off my negative sign. Then I say okay. So you can see I don't have the negative sign, but it's a negative number. And if I do change here the student selection, you can see it's responding as well. So this is conditional formatting without using conditional formatting. Funny as it sounds, but it does work and it's quite helpful in building reports. All right, thank you. That's it, guys. Enjoy. Bye-bye.